We're going to go ahead and get started. We have Monica here with Skyridge Farms. Uh, it's a treat. She's also part of our library guild and has helped put this whole festival together. We've been planning this for over a year. It's just been a fun opportunity, and I wish we could have gotten together in person, but we've gotten creative and has been able to continue to do this online. And I just think it's been a blast. I've enjoyed every one of the sessions. Monica is actually going to do a presentation tonight on our theme, which is the Year of the Raspberry. Yoo-hoo! Uh, your presentation, let me make sure I get it right. It's raspberries from your garden to your teacup to your cheesecake, correct?
Yes, that covers it.
Perfect. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your farm and what you're having available for the curbside event?
Okay, I have an herb greenhouse nursery business. I've been doing this for about 25 or 30 years now. I truly fell in love with herbs, all the different aspects of it, and there's so many different aspects of it. So this year, I was asked to help with the festival, and we decided we started a year ago, that it would be an herb festival. Then we decided an urban garden festival. And then we decided we would do the herb of the year, which I've been doing the herb of the year for the last 25 years. The International Herb Society picks what the herb of the year is. Sometimes they repeat. Sometimes we're old enough not to remember. Sometimes we're young enough not to remember. So this is the first year I can remember them picking. It's called rue. It's raspberry, blackberry, dewberry. There's a lot of different berries in that genus. And we're going to focus on raspberries and some blackberries right now. And so I live on 10 acres right by the turnpike. We can see the traffic. It's great. We don't mind. We don't even notice it. It's just my husband and I, and all we have right now is a donkey. He's real fond of blackberry leaves. And I am going to the Arcadia Farmers Market right now, which is real close to my home. I'm real happy with coming and going there. So friend me on Facebook, Skyridge Farm, that's my plants. If you friend me at Monica Arndt, you can do that also, but you'll see my grandchildren and my farm also. So what I'm gonna talk about first, can I just go right into it? This is the raspberry plant. So when we decided we would do raspberry, the herb of the year, I got really excited and I ordered a whole lot of raspberry rootstock from Arkansas, because that's where they grow them in around Fayetteville area. And I got them in, it was late winter, early spring, and so the first thing I learned about raspberries is they don't do well in Oklahoma. And so, here we are. I have all these great rootstock raspberries, and I'm thinking, okay, oh, well, that can't be true. Well, it could be. And so here we are. They're supposed to be planted early March, late February, and we're kind of past that now. They don't do well in heat or drought, and that would be Oklahoma sometimes. And so there's going to be a whole lot of plants in my garden, and I'm going to get into the next fall, and then you can plant late fall, you can plant early spring, and so what I'll talk about is the different varieties that I found that will do well in Oklahoma if you tend to know how to do that. And what it's used for, basically. So the county extension, Oklahoma County Cooperative Extension Service has, I don't know, can you see this? Yes. Okay, I'm doing it right. Okay, there. Yeah. All right. They have a flyer on raspberries and blackberries that's real informative. And, a lot of times their version doesn't quite fit your version as a gardener. That's okay. It's all trial and error in Oklahoma. Everybody starts over a lot. So right now, I ordered the ones that did well in Oklahoma. I picked out 2 thornless blackberry varieties and 2 raspberry varieties. And what I didn't know when I ordered was there are the 2 thornless blackberry varieties I got are a Apache and a Arapaho. And they're very easy to grow. Blackberries love Oklahoma. They grow in the shade. If they say, you know, half a day sun, I wouldn't think so. They grow native in the woods. So I would plant them in the shade, keep them watered. They're going to do fine. Raspberries is another story. They will not take the full hot sun in Oklahoma. A lot of us can't take the full hot sun in Oklahoma, and you have to do, I would do afternoon shade, and that's what I plan to do. And they're very tall, upright canes. I got some varieties that are, you don't have to trellis. You don't have to trellis the varieties of blackberries that I got. Like you don't have to trellis the raspberries, but I'm going to plant them where they will get afternoon shade, understory trees and right up against a fence. And I may have rows and rows of them before fall. That's okay. So the varieties that I got are Heritage is a red raspberry. And there's a difference. There's a black raspberry and a red raspberry. Who knew? The black raspberries will start red and black and ripen to black. And how do you know they're ripe? You taste it. That's what the information sheet says. That's okay. That's fun to do. This is Cumberland. Can you see this? And it's the black raspberry. It's the Cumberland variety. And this is the Heritage. Heritage is the red raspberry. The red raspberry will stay red when it's ripe. And it's the one that you do. And the raspberry leaf tea, and I'm going to show you this. I've Mountain Rose is absolutely beautiful. And they're an organic company. I'm not pushing their company. It's just that, you know, I needed it. And so, but the red raspberries are the ones that you use the leaves for tea. So, when you get your rootstock, it's probably a year old. And that, you know, I was told it would be 2 years before you got any berries on it. The year-old stems are woody. That's called floricane. If it's last year's growth, it's woody. It's called a floricane. If it's this year's growth, it's not woody. It's called primocane. So I didn't realize that it actually grew off of this stick. I cut a lot of these sticks off. And the donkey helped me with a lot of that too. So, but it did. It grew right out of that, and that's going to produce berries. That's the Cumberland variety. So, this was the floricane right here, which is okay. We're getting a lot of green new growth on the Heritage raspberries. And so, but these varieties are good in Oklahoma. They don't have to be trellised. And but the most blackberries, and this is a blackberry. This is Apache. And look, it's already got berries. Can you see that? It's beautiful. Very pretty. I know it's going to be nice. But it's growing on a woody, probably year-old wood, you know, rootstock. They need to be planted. It says an 1.5 to 2 inches deep. The roots will spread out to 2 to 3 feet underground, and the soil needs to be loose, good compost, rich, nutritious, not red clay. So you're probably going to have to do a raised bed or a hill. They tend to burn these into hills, and then leave it room to spread out. They can be 6 to 8 feet apart. I read where you need to keep it a certain number of distance, like 300 feet from the native blackberries in the woods, because it might tend to pick up insects or a disease, and you don't want it to do that. So that's what you do then. So I'm going to go and put these in the ground. They're going to go all summer. They're going to be great. They're going to overwinter they're going to put on a lot of new green primo canes. And then what I'll do is layer those down at the end of the summer and the end of fall, mulch heavily on top of them to keep them from the winter weather, and next spring, in February, March, I'll unmulch them when they come up their flora canes. They're a year old, they've got the woody stems, they'll be straight up, they'll be great, they'll be ready to go. And then they'll start putting on more growth. This is a simple, my version explanation. But what you'll do then, the new growth, the primo canes, you layer it down to the ground this way, and you raise the flora canes this way. The year-old growth that's woody is going to put on berries. The part that's the new growth, you want to layer it down and let it do the same thing, mulch it good, and start over with it. There's a trick to pruning. You don't want it to get too thick. You don't want it to get too tall. 42 to 48 inches tall is tall enough, and thin out some of the branches so that light and air can get in. It keeps it from getting buggy and diseased also. The next year, especially on blackberries, there'll be flora cane that will look gray. It's not going to produce. It's a 2-year thing. So every 2 years, you know, they're kind of done. So so here's the part that I am comfortable with personally, is propagation. And why would you want to do that if you had 25 plants? But I do, because what I'm planning on doing, for example, I'm planning on getting raspberries next year, but this year I'm going to put on a lot of fresh growth for tea leaves. I'm all about herbal tea. And there's a trick to harvesting and drying tea leaves for herbal teas, and it's one of my favorite things to do. Vicki Lynn has this gorgeous licensed kitchen, and I plan to be part of that. So, you know, eventually when she gets there with it. So I'll move myself in real well. But propagation is something that I am pretty good at. Gardening is my passion, and there's different ways to propagate. Raspberries and blackberries are pretty easy, and we can go into that later if anybody's interested. That's that. So that's the black raspberry. It will grow and it will put on red raspberries and then turn black. The fruit is pulpier than the blackberry. It's very, very similar to a blackberry. It looks like a blackberry, but it's a different flavor and juicier. So does anybody have any questions on that so far? Okay, that's good. I know I didn't give y'all a chance. That's okay, because it's not my area of expertise. Anyway, so we're moving on to the tea. This is my second favorite thing about this program right now is the raspberry leaf for tea, because I love herbal tea. Raspberry leaf as an herb, as a dried herb, is called a women's tea, and it's good for menopause, heavy periods. There is a benefit to men. We're not going there today. We're just sticking with the women. It's okay. But raspberry leaf tea, and I'm gonna open this. I wish you could smell it. It smells heavenly. I pour a little in the bowl, and I'm gonna show you how to make a cup of tea. So this raspberry leaf tea is all different colors. I don't know why, but I can't wait to grow my raspberries to find out why it's all different colors. I'm hoping to find that out. I'm all about it. There's some pink and red in here. Can you all see this? We're in Vicky's floor. There you go. This is how you do. This is great. This is so much fun. This is disposable tea filters from Mountain Rose herbs. And, okay, this is how this works. We're going to pretend we have hot water. That's okay. So what you do with these, this is my favorite way to do this. They're paper. They have a pocket that you put your loose herbs or loose tea. If you just want to do regular black tea, it has a hole in it, a pocket. You take teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of, this is bigger than that, but I'm just showing you, of your dried herb or your dried tea, and you slip it down in there. And then you can fold it over your cup like this. That way it's not loose in your hot water.
Are those tea bags reusable?
I don't know. I never reused one. I don't know why they wouldn't be.
And where do you find those tea bags?
It's Mountain Rose herbs.
They're disposable, biodegradable.
Disposable, biodegradable, unbleached tea filters, single use for your favorite brew. It's, you know, people have those metal tea strainers and different ways to do. There's those iron and fresh shut. Oh my God, who wants to get the iron out for tea bags? You know, so I ordered these, and it really is nice to do. Yes, thank you. Okay. Anyway, so raspberry leaf tea, being known as the women's tea, I got told not to hand out medical advice, and that's easy today because I'm not that familiar with women's issues, truly. It is used for mixtures of pregnancy and delivery, and so we're not going there either. You need to consult your physician. There's your disclaimer for the day. I don't know, Jaylee. Hello. Okay, did I do okay?
We lost you for a moment. You froze up, and so we lost you for a moment.
Anyway, it's also got other medicinal benefits besides that. Women's issues and the men's issues, which we're not talking about. Okay. It's very antioxidant. Antioxidant is the part that kills the free radicals in your body, and that keeps you from coming down with diseases and conditions that you don't want because of stress mostly. But it protects your body from cancer, macular, Alzheimer's, arthritis, all the stuff I'm gonna get, you know, any day now. So it's a good tea for preventive. It's a good immune booster. We all need a good immune booster right now because it's high in vitamin C, E, B complexes. It has calcium, potassium, phosphorus, magnesium. So it's a good bone density tea. And there are other herbs that are very similar to this. Mugwort is a good bone density tea. So it's a good source of iron. It's strengthens the uterus, helps with bleeding. It's anti-inflammatory, so you can't go wrong there. I mean, you know, you don't have pain, you know, you have the good immune system thing. So that's all the good things about raspberry leaf tea. And hopefully in the not too distant future, I'll be having my own leaves to dry. There's a trick to that. That's always like Jaylene and I talked about last night, drying herbs. I do it in a paper sack, shake it every day, it works great. You don't lose, they don't fade color or lose nutrition, you know, absorbs the moisture, keeps the airflow good. So that's usually how I do drying. So are there any questions on the raspberry leaf tea?
Hey, Monica.
Yes.
So you can also tell them they can add some of that raspberry leaf tea, which I absolutely love, with any of the black teas or green teas. So you could mix them, and so you can still get the benefits of that with the other.
What's your favorite black tea?
Oh, I'm pretty basic, just a regular, yeah.
But they say that if you do add a black tea with the raspberry leaf, it's like Earl Grey. It has that floral quality to it, and I'm not real crazy about Earl Grey. I don't know if you all are familiar with Earl Grey, but it's a bergamot floral. You know why? I don't know, but knows. It's okay. Anyway, I'm all about the tea. So now we're to the fun part, okay? Because I'm not known as a great cook, but I do enjoy it. And I had a food truck for a few years, and it was more fun than I could possibly stand. My husband hated it really bad, and I didn't make any money. I didn't lose any money. I learned to cook with herbs. It was great. So I decided to try raspberries just for this special occasion and some of my favorite recipes. And my favorite recipes always have cream cheese in them. And oh my gosh, raspberries in cream cheese, it adds an accent of floral, citrus, and spice. Floral, citrus, and spice, yes. It gives them that accent. It's absolutely. And so what I made for today, and I think Sandra has the recipes to share. Very easy, very basic recipes. These recipes are some that children can do easily, and I have a granddaughter that loves to cook and a grandson that loves to cook. This would be one that would be really easy to do with kids. So one thing I did was the cream cheese Sopapilla cheesecake bars. Has anybody ever made those? They're delicious. They are crescent rolls. You layer into a pan. Let me show you this. Okay, and I told Vicki Lynn, I said the hardest part about this whole recipe is getting the can open with the crescent rolls inside. So she took it over and wiped it on her sink. I wasn't going to do that. So what you do here, 8 by 10, my hands are clean, okay. You take your, can you see? Take your crescent rolls out, and I do them half at a time, because it's just fun to do that, and you unroll them. We're stuck, it's okay. Yes. Okay. We're unrolling.
Have Vicki move your camera down a little bit so we can see your hands.
I think we're skipping this part. It's a little gummy. So I'm going to show you the finished product. But what you do is you layer when these are not quite so warm. They got warm. Layer your pan, the bottom of your pan with 1 can of crescent rolls. You do a cream cheese mixture, and I have that already made up. It's very simple. It's 2 8-ounce cartons of cream cheese, a cup of sugar, and a little bit of vanilla. You spread it on there. And then you add the next layer of crescent rolls. And that's just, and then you pour butter and sugar on top and bake it for 35 minutes at 350 degrees. That is a Sopapilla cheesecake bar. And so what I did was, I did the layer of crescent rolls, the cream cheese mixture, then I put raspberries in. Oh my God, it's absolutely beautiful. Then I put another layer of crescent rolls, poured half a cup of butter melted on top, sugar and cinnamon. This is bama. There you go. I don't know if you can see the raspberries. Can you? Woo. Can you see raspberries? Yeah, there you go. Yum. It smells great. It is good. It's very easy. It's beautiful. And it would go to a potluck dinner, a church supper, if you had to take refreshments to a garden club meeting, it would go really well. So the other thing that I love to make is, I love cheese Danish. I'm sure they eat those in heaven because that's my favorite food. You all see that? And you make that with puff pastry. I love puff pastry. There's nothing better except cream cheese and puff pastry and raspberries. So this is how you do this. This is too much fun, and kids could do this. Can you bring me the knife? Okay. So there's it's slid under the computer. Okay, it's back. There we go. There's the puff pastry square.
We can't see it.
Did you just lose it? Did it slide off?
Okay, so you cut it in 4 squares. There's 2 sheets in the box, and so this makes 8 cheese danishes. This is the, I already made 4. I only got here with 3. I'm not going to tell you why. It's okay. And so these, I'm making 4 more now. So this is the fun part. And you can roll it out a little bit. Puff pastry, if you use parchment paper under it, a little bit of flour, parchment paper on top, and then roll it, then it doesn't stick to your rolling pin. What's that? So what you do then is you brush it with egg wash. This is egg and water and salt. That's all it is. And you get your re-drumming brush and you brush it on your puff pastry, and then you take the corners and you push your corners to the middle like this, and it sticks together because you have egg wash on there. Then there's a carton of this is a cookie scoop. It calls for 2 teaspoons or 2 tablespoons of cream cheese mixed, and it's the very same recipe. It's 1/4 of a cup of sugar. It's not as sweet as the Sopapilla cheesecake bars. 1/4 of a cup of sugar, 1/8 ounce brick of cream cheese, a little bit of lemon juice, and it's on the recipe. But this is an easy way to do this. Instead of like taking a spoon, a tablespoon or a teaspoon, and trying to get it onto your, you can use it, spray it with cooking spray if you want to, and it drops right to the middle of your, see, that works, great. It drops right to the middle of your Danish. And then you brush it with more egg wash, you know, till all of your pastry is covered, and then you add the raspberries or blueberries or cherry pie filling, you know. Here's the deal also, here's just a side note. These are grown in Mexico and sent to San Diego. And that's okay, but I mean, if we could possibly grow our own in Oklahoma, wouldn't that be fun? We're all learning to do that. I know we are. Anyway, you bake it, it comes out looking like this after 18 minutes, which is fun to watch. Can you all see that? There you go, look. Okay, great, awesome. And then I added a little bit of cream cheese frosting because I love cream cheese. And I have one of these bags I bought at Walmart where you pipe it across just for fun.
You can also cut the corner out of the
You can Ziploc bag, but you said cut the corner out. So anyway, we're going to finish these off after we're done here. But does anybody have any questions about that? How are we doing?
Do you have to do anything to prepare the raspberry? Like, do you need to wash it and dry it first?
And leave them on a paper towel to dry. And you can cut them in pieces if you want to. You could actually put it in the blender, you know, and blend it up to a pink thing in the middle if you didn't want to do just the individual one. So, and I just stuck them on there, but kids can easily do the raspberry part of it, true story. And that puff pastry is, it's not as hard as you think. I don't make my own puff pastry. It's Pepperidge Farm. And why would you make your own if you have Pepperidge Farm? So, and when I had the food truck, I did palmiers. Has anybody heard of palmiers? It's a pastry. Cinnamon and sugar.
Sounds like her connection's unstable.
Ear. Are we losing you? Are you losing me?
Yeah, we lost you for a moment. So you cut out right after you started to say what it was. So we didn't hear any of it.
Okay, it's a palmier. You roll it to the middle and slice it. It looks like ears. It's called a Richiettes, I think, cookies. They're actually palmiers in France. So anyway, that's another one of my favorite recipes. And you do it with pesto. It's a savory thing with Parmesan on, top, and or you can do a sweet one, and it would be really good done with this. So I get more excited anymore about the tea. I get excited about all of it. So
I put the recipes in the chat, so if anybody wants the recipes, it's in the chat. And I'm also going to upload the OSU extension file about blackberries and raspberries.
very good. There's a lot of Promocaine and Fluorocaine. I read it several times, and I'm pretty sure I know how to get them planted. If anybody is interested, I do have them available. I mean, if you planted it in the shade, it might be fine right now. I guess you get them established, but they are established because they've been in 6-inch gallon pots at my house since the end of 1st of March anyway, when I ordered them in. I don't remember when we decided to do the raspberry herb of the year, but that's when I decided to get them. So, and I'm happy to have them. But if anyone does want to try the raspberries, either the Heritage or the Cumberland, the black raspberry or the red raspberry. I'm kind of out of blackberries plants right now. That was part of the herb of the year also, but it wasn't as much fun as our, wasn't made a pretty shirt, so there we are. So. Has anybody got any questions about anything else?
I just put in the chat your contact information again and a short description of what you're offering for the curbside event, as well as a list of all the vendors and the silent auction items. You have lots of beautiful plants available for the silent auction.
I can help it. My favorite, right now, my big focus is miniature roses, and they are going to be gorgeous. I have about 4 or 5 different colors, and they're so easy. You put them in the ground, they will overwinter, bloom all summer, come back and do it all over again. So I figured raspberries would be just that easy, and they might be. I'm going to certainly give it a try. So.
Hey, Monica.
Yes.
So are miniature roses as edible as regular roses as long as they're not sprayed?
And they should be. Some of the miniature roses I have more fragrance. You go by the fragrance more than anything. And the ones that are the most edible, there are some very fragrant ones that are not antique roses, but antique roses that bloom this time of year are the best for rose petal jelly. Vicki Lynn helped me out there once or twice. But I do rose petal jam in May, and I go out and collect the dark purple red antique rose petals, and you can dry them or you can do them fresh. Either way, you can do a jelly or a jam from those. So you're not going to get as much off a miniature rose. Think about it. You're going to have a lot of little blooms. So there are certain hybrid roses that are fragrant, but mostly people have hybridized out the fragrance for the looks, for the long stems and so on. So if in fact you have access to antique roses, it would be the best ones to use. And they bloom this time of year and then they're done.
So you're also an expert on scented geraniums. Can you tell us a little bit about cooking with scented geraniums?
Okay, scented geraniums, there's nothing medicinal about it. There's really not a whole lot of culinary uses for them. They're just really cute and they smell good. But the rose scented geraniums can be made into pound cake. They can be layered in the bottom of a pound cake, and they smell like heaven when they come out of the oven. I didn't bake that cake, but somebody else did. When it came out, it smelled like heaven because it was a roasted and geranium layered on the bottom pound cake. In Fredericksburg, Texas, I visited a guy that has an herb farm, and he treated me to brunch, and he did cinnamon rolls with roast geranium pesto, which I thought sounded terrible, but oh my God, the fragrance was beautiful. It was so good. And he did the whole walnuts and I forget what all he put in it. He told me what he put in it. I haven't tried that one yet. So the rose and geraniums are the ones that most people cook with. I don't know if them being good in an herbal tea. I don't think so. I tried making vinegar last summer because that's what you do in the summer. You make vinegar. We should do that someday. But lemon geraniums and rose geraniums in the vinegar, in the different vinegars, the white vinegar and the red vinegars, and that was yummy. That was good.
Rick put in the comments that miniature roses don't have the problems with the rose virus.
They don't. And I'm worried about that. I've had them for years, and I have, I keep watching. They don't have those problems. They don't have many problems at all. What roses like is a lot of air movement. They don't like to sit in the rain. I mean, if they get watered with a watering system and the water lands on their leaves, they get that black spot. That's usually what that's from. They don't really get pests or disease, except, like the big ones do. I think they're actually easier than the large ones, especially the tea roses. We don't, those are maybe a thing of the past. I don't know. Antique roses don't get as many diseases or pests either, so. Only buy roots that aren't grafted. No kidding, that's a good point. Because if it freezes down, you're back to the antique rose. It might be better. That's what happens. They revert back to, is that what Rick meant? If they freeze down now, lots of thorns. Oh no, okay. I think when they revert back to the rootstock, yes. That's not pretty. I have a rose, which I will be putting a picture on my Facebook page. I tried it, everything that blooms, I put on my Facebook page usually. Right now I'm into Coronation Gold Yarrow, it's gorgeous. But next week, it'll be my great-grandmother's antique rose. And she carried it in the wagon train on the land run. And I don't know what she did with the baby, but the rose got held in her lap. This is the story they tell anyway. And the story behind those particular roses, the little pink roses that you see along fence lines, they're called bar ditch roses because people got tired of carrying them. They'd throw them out. They would land in a bar ditch and grow. And so this time of year, they're blooming. I don't know if you've seen them out there, but I ended up with part of hers. And part of the propagation thing that they talk about with the long branches of certain trailing raspberries and blackberries, you can tip layer. That means you put them down, you put dirt on them, you put a rock there at root, and then the next spring you cut those up. There's different ways to do it also, but I do that with my grandmother's antique rose, and so I can share with my cousins when they find out I have it. It's taken me a few years, but I'm still working on it.
Yeah, I just thought of something. So on the raspberries, like my thornless blackberries, I now have 1 million thornless blackberries around. Do the raspberries do the same thing?
No, not really. The thornless blackberries will kind of spread. layer, they're closer to the ground for one thing, which makes them a little bit more prone to tip layering, is what they call it when it lands on the ground and roots. And raspberries, for the most part, are more straight up canes. And you're supposed to prune them enough to where they will layer out at one point, and you cut those side branching branches down to a foot long. And so there's a trick to keeping the raspberries from, falling over. They break. They don't really lay on the ground long enough to root. They tend to get windblown. So in Oklahoma, we're looking at hot, dry, windy conditions, and so they need to be taken a little bit better care of, but they're not going to sucker out and come up. Blackberries do. Blackberries will sucker out and come up, and you can dig up all that you want. Way to go, Jaylene. You've got thornless. That's good.
Does anybody else have any questions? You can put it in the chat, or you can raise your hand if I see your video, and I can unmute you if you don't. Well, thank you, Monica. This has been wonderful.
It has been fun.
It has.
Roses from your grandmother. I have 30 cousins. I'm getting there. But I'll give you one. I'll give you a cutting. How's that? Who was that? Tell me again who that was. Was that Shelby or Alicia? Shelby. Who wanted the cutting? From Alicia to everyone. That would be fantastic. Yes. Why not? And the way you do rose cuttings, it's tricky to do rose cuttings. I don't know about the antique rose, but on a rose, if you want to do a rose cutting, you let it bloom, you cut the bloom off, and you use that stem to root. And so if she wants a cutting, oh my gosh, absolutely. I'm not going to make money on my great-grandmother's, rose, but she's welcome to it. Well, I could send her one in the trips we're getting ready to do. How's that? If she'll remind me, because, yes. Well, remind me, because I'm getting old. Oh, well, okay, thanks.
Well, this has been absolutely wonderful. I'm going to put in the chat again your contact information in case it scrolled down into the chat. So please follow her on Facebook. You can find, she's put list of the items that she has available for the curbside event on her Facebook page, and pictures and postings of the plants. And so I'm really excited to have you at the curbside event. It's just really cool.
It should be fun. I know I'm looking forward to everybody. That's even, more fun. So
I'm excited to try out these recipes. I put them in the chat, but if you don't have access to the chat on your device, or you're not familiar how to get to the chat on your device, send me a message. You can either message me at the Library Guild's website. The email, it's clg.herbfest@gmail.com. Or you can text me 405-802-7277, 405-802-7277. I will send you the recipes as well. So
okay.
This has been great.
Well, thanks.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Are we good?
Yeah, you did a great job.
I appreciate you. Thanks.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.